Welcome back, Yah Royal family. Pray all is well with each of you. Praises unto the Most High Yah. Family, I'm coming back with another video. U.S. birth rate falls for the fourth year in a row. So, according to the different reports and studies around the world, I've been keeping somewhat of a close eye on all of this. But for them to talk about the United States, within the United States, that means that it is really actually even worse. But for them to talk about it, that tells you that it have gotten so bad until they are actually putting it out on the forefront. I believe I shared with my Facebook page of an article, and again, for those who are not following Lisa Cabrera, she is actually on YouTube, and she actually put out a lot of different things such as this for all to see. So to keep you posted with what's going on around the world, with the population, with our people, different things of that nature. She reads, the articles and share with her followers. So this was put out today at 4:30 a.m. A final tally of babies born in the United States last year confirms that the birth rate fell again in 2018, reaching the lowest level in more than 3 decades. So 3 decades, that's 30 years. So a lot of, like I say, they're not going to, tell us and have told us over the years because they kept that, in the ears of those who is being affected by it. So according to the scriptures, and according to how we line back up with the continent of our people, of speaking of, the highest birth rate in the world is coming out of, Niger and Nigeria, and all the, top, at least 30 top countries at the top of 2.1 birth per, women is actually on the continent of Africa. So again, America was showing around 1.88, and that's including the so-called blacks and the Hispanics, along with Asians and whatnot. So if it to be that low at 1.88, and I know according to prophecy, a father said that, can you put, as far as putting the sand in your hand, can you count each speck of sand? And the answer is no. So I know according to prophecy, we will always be in numbers, and we will always be, the majority as it's written. So the report from the Center of Disease Control and Prevention's National Center for Health Statistics find there were 3,791,712 births registered in the United States in 2018, down 2% from 2017. A closer look at the data suggests that Americans are not having enough babies to sustain the population. Well, that is a concern, right? Because you have to replace when one's die, and if it's more death than births, that's going to indicate that it's closing in. So I give this example, in other actually videos I've done. It's just like if you have a baby 1 year and 6 other people in your neighborhood have babies. Well, when that baby turns 5, if you keep or have your child to go to a public school, that means they all do. That means all the babies going to go at that same time. So if no one have babies like in your neighborhood or surrounding neighborhoods to go to your school in that year, that means that their kindergarten is going to be what? Smaller, according to the district or according to the location where you at. So that tells about the baby boomers who are older, and they said it's now between 50 and 80 or 90 years old. A lot of them who are older, of course, they're dying out, meaning that the ones, going back 30 years, 40 years, babies weren't being born. in that lineup. So in this list right here, I'm sorry. So that tells you that what's to come, how this is going to look, right? So it says a total fertility rate of 2018 was 1,729.5 birth per 1,000, and from women age 15 to 44. So that was 1.7. The fertility rate refers to how many children women overall. Birth rates refers to how many children women have in a single year. But in order for the nation to reproduce its population and maintain or remain stable, the CDC says there would need to be 2,100 per 1,000 women. So that meaning that they said 1,729. That meaning that it dropped down from 1,800 and something. So that tells you there that we're, United States is at 1.7 instead of 1.8. Let's continue. That means each woman needs to have at least 2 babies to replace fathers and mothers, as well as account for extra deaths. This data also shows that women are waiting longer to have children. Really, honestly, I don't believe so. In this light, overall. But this is one of the excuses they're going to put forth. And, I can, count within my family, there are ones, by the age that could have had babies from teenagers, but they didn't, in their 20s, and some of them haven't, but some of them have, okay? So it says birth rates among women in their 20s and early 30s declined, but they started to increase slightly among women 35 to 44. The teen birth for girls between the age of 15 and 19 fell 7% from 18.8 per women per 1,000 women in 2017 to 17.4. So that tells you also, which, of course, having a child at your teenager years, of course, that looks good that they are waiting. But this is what they're trying to line it up with, providing excuses in so many ways. So fewer babies are being born to smoking mothers. Of the women who gave birth in 2018, 6.5% reported using a tobacco product, a 6% decline from 2017. The downward trend was noted among white women, black women, and Hispanic women, and fewer babies are being born via cesarean section. The C-section delivery rate fell slightly in 2018 to 31.9% from 32% the year before. So, again, for them to be even mentioning it about America, that means that it's worse. And by mentioning it, that means that they can't really, keep it. So I haven't looked to see if other actually news outlets, online have reported this. And I want to say it did show up on CNN today on live news. So that speaks volume, family. So again, I suggest you all check out Lisa Cabrera page. When I get a chance, I'll put the link down. I've shared it before. Follow her, support her, and all that she's doing. She put out a lot of news about a lot of different, top news or updates news or whatnot. Headline news, every day. And she talks about the different like opioids epidemic, low birth rates, and so forth. So family, that's all I have right now. So have a great rest of your day. And again, please submit your testimonies of the awakening, your experience, what you experienced. I would, say if you don't have one that you want to share, if you want to share any testimony, any testimonies in regards of any great thing or anything that you want to share about Yah, you please feel free to send it to YahRoyalFamily@gmail.com. And what I will do is read it on my podcast that I have designated for just that in reference to testimonies. All right, family. Have a great rest of your day. Blessings. Shalom.